Good evening. You're watching State of Business on our television. This is Zeenat Musafir. Let's take a look at the headlines first. Sri Lanka-Singapore FTA does not provide a significant export advantage, says CBSR Governor. Women Empowered Global conducts second installment of Business Mingle. News in details. Commenting on the Sri Lanka-Singapore Free Trade Agreement, which was signed earlier this year, Governor of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, Dr. Indrajith Kumaraswamy, stated that this agreement is a significant step towards attracting more foreign direct investments while facilitating e-commerce. However, speaking further during a press conference held at the Central Bank recently, the Governor also noted that this agreement does not hold considerable export advantages for Sri Lanka.
මට තේරෙන විදියට සිංගප්පූර් ඇග්‍රීමන්ට් එකේ අපට එක්ස්පෝර්ට් ඇඩ්වාන්ටේජ් එකක් එච්චර එන එකක් නැහැ. ඇයි? ඒ ඉකොනොමි කොහොම හරි දැනටම ඕපන් කරලා තියෙන්නේ. හැබැයි ලොකුම ඇඩ්වාන්ටේජ් එක සිංගප්පූර් එකෙන් එන්නේ ඉන්වෙස්ට්මන්ට් වලින්. අර ඇග්‍රීමන්ට් එකේ ඉන්වෙස්ට්මන්ට් චැප්ටර් එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒ චැප්ටර් එකට තියෙන කන්ටෙන්ට් එකෙන් සිංගප්පූරියන් ඉන්වෙස්ටර්ට ග්‍රේටර් කම්ෆර්ට් එකක් තියෙනවා මෙහාට ඇවිල්ලා සල්ලි ඉන්වෙස්ට් කරන්න. එතන තමයි ලොකුම ඇඩ්වාන්ටේජ් එක තියෙන්නේ. attracting Singaporean investment. අනිත් තව chapter එකක් තියෙනවා e-commerce වල. ඒකත් අපිට ඇඩ්වාන්ටේජ් එකක් ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ කියන්නේ සිංගප්පූරෙන් ගිහිල්ලා අර ASEAN මාකට් එකම access කරන්න පුළුවන් e-commerce එකේ.
In the light of creating a sustainable global platform for women empowerment, Women Empowered Global conducted its second installment of Business Mingle in Colombo last week. With the participation of many leading personalities from diverse industries, the forum outlined the importance of women's equal participation in the economic workforce. Women Empowered Global is an organization that collaborates with experts from around the world to help women in South Asia and across the globe to achieve their leadership goals more effectively and efficiently. Business Mingle is a forum organized by WEG to provide women with networking opportunities, insights and viewpoints on entrepreneurship, leadership and empowerment from experts in various fields. The second installment of Business Mingle conducted a special leadership segment with global business leader and former CEO of Chevron Lubricants Lanka PLC, Kishu Gomas, who shared his perceptions, ideas and advice to shape a new ecosystem for social progress and excellence. Speaking at the event, Kishu Gomas stressed the importance of developing a sustainable platform to empower women in order to achieve Sri Lanka's economic objectives.
If you look at the Sri Lankan, workforce, we have about 8.5 million, and out of 8.5 million, 4.5 million are females, right? Female workers, and of that, about 55% work in low-income areas, low-income jobs, and it's the complete opposite when it comes to male workforce. So if we are to develop the country from where it is to where it should be, to go from 82 billion US to 100 billion, to grow per capita income from $4,000 to $7,000, we got to develop women.
Now let's take a look at the weekly economic indicators released by the Central Bank of Sri Lanka last Friday. The year-on-year CCPI headline inflation increased to 5.4% in July 2018 from 4.4% in June 2018. The change in the CCPI measured on an annual average basis remained unchanged at 5.6% in July 2018. The CCPI core inflation increased to 3.9% in July 2018 from 3.4% in June 2018 on year-on-year basis. During the period, crude oil prices showed mixed performance. Prices rose at the beginning of the period, supported by strong US economic growth and supply outage in Canada. However, prices fell subsequently due to an unexpected increase in US crude inventories. Overall, Brent price fell by $1.10 per barrel, and WTI price rose by 20 cents per barrel respectively within the period. The weekly average weighted prime lending rate for the week ending 3rd August 2018 increased by 8 basis points to 11.52% compared to the previous week. The reserve money decreased compared to the previous week mainly due to decrease in currency in circulation. The total outstanding market liquidity increased to a surplus of 51.97 billion rupees by end of the week, compared to 41.65 billion rupees by the end of last week. During the year up to 3rd August 2018, the Sri Lanka rupee depreciated against the US dollar by 4.3%. Given the cross-currency exchange rate movements, the Sri Lanka rupee depreciated against the pound sterling by 1.1%, euro by 1.3% and Japanese yen by 5.2%, while appreciated against the Indian rupee by 2.5% during the period. We're going in for a short break. Do stay tuned for more news after these commercials. Welcome back. Wayne Schertz, Executive Vice President and Chief Technology Officer of Cisco, says the technology has revolutionized the company's conduct business by enabling them to level playing fields. In an exclusive interview with our television, Schertz also made the following remarks with regard to the technology that has been used in Cisco's business. Serving over 425,000 restaurants, Cisco is the world's largest food service provider. Cisco serves its restaurants through their network of over 9,000 merchant advocates across the United States and around the world, building strong relationships between food growers, suppliers, and servers. With Cisco Labs, Cisco goes beyond just supplying their customers with food and becomes a provider of next-generation technology, changing the food service industry forever.
We see Cisco Labs as a strategic advantage to Cisco. We have been continuing to invest in Sri Lanka and in Cisco Labs, and we will continue to do that into the future, especially as technology, as I mentioned at the beginning, technology is becoming the core of what we do as a business, and will continue to do so. Sri Lanka is known for its innovation and its quality of engineers. That's what we treasure, so we will continue to look to Sri Lanka for great engineering and for innovation. Technology is changing companies across the world today, and it's no different at Cisco. Technology is changing the way that Cisco interacts with its customers, its associates, its suppliers. Technology has long played a role in how companies make their operations more efficient and less costly. And Cisco is embracing technology to do all of that at Cisco. We're using Cisco Labs to help us write custom proprietary software that will help our customer experience and make that a much better customer experience. We're using state-of-the-art software as a service to help make our employee experience better. It's really technology is becoming at the core of everything that business does today. The partnership that we have with Cisco Labs is in the center of all of that.
Meanwhile, Vice President of DevOps and Enterprise Technology Services, Wesley Story, stated that Sri Lanka as a country has accelerated in technology and has produced skilled and professional engineers to move forward.
We've seen very capable engineers here in Sri Lanka. They're probably among the best that we get exposed to. One of the things I'd say is the team here tends to be very up to speed on the latest technology. They're a learned group, right? So they're always looking to learn the latest and greatest. If it comes out tomorrow, by next week, they're gonna be experts at it. So that's the kind of engineer we're looking for. We've created that kind of culture here. We'd like to continue to leverage that, where we've got some of the top engineers from some of the top universities, both experienced and grads, and hopefully we're gonna continue to be able to get those people in. What we're looking for in an engineer is intellectual curiosity, an ability to learn, a thirst for knowledge, and people that really want to solve tough engineering challenges.
We're going in for a short break. Do stay tuned to see how the stocks perform today after these commercials. Welcome back. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a negative note today. The All Share Price Index dropped 1.25 points to close at 6,142.65, and the S&P SR20 dropped 13.51 points to close at 3,308.74. The turnover was 296.2 million rupees and 10 million shares were traded. Next is Forex rates. That's all the news we have for you today. Join us tomorrow with State of Business on our television at the same time. Until then, take care and good night.